Very good afternoon, everyone. So, welcome you all for second lecture. So, sorry, third lecture. In the last lecture, we have started the concept of differential amplifier. Am I correct? So, in that we have started what with the help of first of all we have understood the definition of operational amplifier. So, operational amplifier is nothing but a direct coupled amplifier which does the arithmetic operations, which performs the arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, integration, differentiation, as well as it amplifies the DC signal and AC signal. Both signal it can amplify. So after that we have seen the definition of differential amplifier. So differential amplifier is the most important building block of this operational amplifier. Differential amplifier is the first block of this differential amplifier is the first block of this operational amplifier. It takes the two input and gives the balanced output. So it contributes the major important component in the operational amplifier. So after that we have seen a differential amplifier, what is the function, what it will do, that we have seen with the help of definition. A differential amplifier, it is a dual amplifier, or sorry, we can consider as a differential amplifier DC coupled amplifier which amplifies the difference between two input signal. मग दोन इनपुट सिग्नल कुठले आहेत? एक आहे व्ही इन वन आणि दुसरा आहे व्ही इन टू किंवा V1 V2 असं म्हणू शकतो. ओके, इट विल amplifies the difference between two input signal V1 and V2. Now next one, we have seen the diagram. So differential amplifier we have seen. So it is having two inputs. So that two diagram is shown in this diagram, in this figure. So here two transistors Q1 and Q2, whatever we are using in differential amplifier, both having same characteristics, both having same specification, electrical parameters should be same. So these two transistors must be selected as the same one. Next one, the collector, emitter resistor, collector resistor, base resistors, input resistors, all should have same values. So RC1 is equal to RC2 equal to RC. RE1 is equal to RE2 equal to RE. Then input resistance or base resistance we can consider as a RS1 equal to RS2 equal to RIN. So these have value the equal. Now next one, the supply voltage VCC, the magnitude of that plus VCC is same as magnitude of minus VEE. So all these points we have covered in the previous lecture. After that we have covered the types of differential amplifier. So the types or classification we have done based on the input and output. So if the output is taken at collector terminal of only one transistor, then it is called as what? Unbalanced output. If output is taking between collector terminals of both transistors, then we can say that that output is balanced output. जर आउटपुट हे दोन कलेक्टर टर्मिनल मधून जर घेत असेल तर त्याला काय म्हणायचं? बॅलेन्स्ड आउटपुट. जर फक्त आउटपुट हे एकाच कलेक्टर टर्मिनल कडून घेत असेल, if you are taking the output, measuring the output at the collector terminal of only one transistor, then it is called as unbalanced output. Similarly, if only one input is going to give, then it is called as single input. If both input we are applying at the respective basis of transistor Q1 and Q2, then these are called as what? Dual input. So based on that, we have seen the types of differential amplifier in the last lecture, and we have seen in the last lecture the types of differential amplifier along with its diagram. Along with its diagram we have seen. Now first type is what? Single input unbalanced output. So single input unbalanced output, that is shown in this figure. So once again we are revising because the concept is very important to understand. So this is what single input. The input is applied at the base of transistor Q1 and output we are taking at the collector terminal of transistor Q2. So this is called as single input unbalanced output. Now after that, single input balanced output, that is shown in this diagram. That is shown in this diagram. So this is called as what? Single input balanced output, because output is taken between collector terminals of both transistors, or between the collector terminals of transistor Q1 and Q2, where input is applied at the base of transistor Q1 as a V1. Now next one, third type is, that is the uh, dual input unbalanced output, that is shown here. Here both inputs are applied, V1 and V2, at the base of transistor Q1 and Q2 respectively, but output is taken here at the collector terminal of Q2. That's why it is called as unbalanced output. So two inputs means dual input, unbalanced output. And finally, we have seen the dual input balanced output differential amplifier, and that is shown here, which is we have to understand. So this is called as what? Two input we are applying here, V1 and V2, at the respective bases of transistor Q1 and Q2, and output we are taking between collector terminals of transistor Q1 and Q2. So this amplifier, this differential amplifier is known as dual input balanced output differential amplifier. So all these parts we have covered in the previous lecture. I have revised once again because we are going to understand now next DC analysis of DIBO amplifier. So for that I have revised once again the types of differential amplifier, and in that we have to focus on the last type of amplifier, that is the different dual input balanced output differential amplifier, which is shortly known as DIBO differential amplifier. Okay, if up to this, if anyone having queries, you can freely ask. Otherwise we can start today now DC analysis of DIBO. काय अडचण असेल, काही क्वेरीज असेल, काही डाऊट असेल, इथपर्यंत तुम्ही विचारू शकता. नाहीतर डीसी अनालिसिस आपण स्टार्ट करूया. Start now the DC analysis. So first of all, what is the DC analysis? Whether you know, you already might be learned in ECAD. ECAD मध्ये तुम्ही जर शिकला असाल DC analysis, AC analysis. Whether you heard this word DC analysis, heard or not? Okay. So anyone can elaborate what is the meaning of this DC analysis? Why it is required related to this transistor circuit? Hmm. Whether you heard the word operating point of transistor, whether you learned this point in the understanding of characteristics of amplifiers. Okay, in the first year you have might be learned when you learn the transistor BJT in detail. Okay, in that the transistor having two applications mainly. One is the transistor used in amplifier, and another is transistor used in switching circuit. So we are talking about amplifier. So in amplifier, when you are drawing the current versus voltage graph, that is the non-linear, and in that you are finding the DC analysis by using deciding the operating point of the transistor. बरोबर आहे. मग कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स कशाचे ड्रॉ करणार तुम्ही? द कलेक्टर करंट IC, because that is acts as a output current, and output voltage is what? Collector to emitter voltage, that is a VCE. मग आउटपुट करंट कुठला असणार आहे? कलेक्टर करंट IC, आणि आउटपुट व्होल्टेज कुठला असणार आहे? कलेक्टर टू एमिटर व्होल्टेज, दॅट इज द VCE. So these are the two important outputs. So if you are drawing the characteristics of if you are drawing the output characteristics of transistor in the amplifier, then on x axis there will be the collector current IC, and on y axis there is the voltage. किंवा उलटही काढू शकता. On x axis there is the voltage and on y axis you can draw the collector current IC. Okay, now if you are drawing that graph, you will get the some characteristics, and between there you are deciding the operating point. So operating point plays the very important role. Operating point will be decided by the switching, by the biasing circuit. So why the biasing circuit is needed? Biasing is why it is required. What is the meaning of biasing? Biasing कशासाठी करतोय आपण? So biasing is required to switch on the transistor. Don't forget this basic concept. Biasing is required to switch on the transistor. Without biasing, without turning on the transistor, transistor will not act as an amplifier, or transistor will not act as a switching circuit. Remember this. So biasing is very important. So there are the many types of biasing circuit. Self bias is there, voltage divider bias is there. Are you getting my point? So we are not discussing these all types of biasing. We are just recalling what are the types of biasing. Now the biasing will decide the switch on the transistor, and that will decide the operating point. So operating point is the centralized point where the output characteristics will meet to the DC load line. So DC load line is very important. So already we have you have learned the output characteristics, input characteristics of amplifier using transistor. So just we have to understand that operating point. So DC analysis of DIBO, we have to understand, we have to learn, we have to analyze, to define, to determine, to find out the operating point of the amplifier. हे DC analysis कशासाठी करायचं? To determine, to obtain, to find the operating point. Now operating point is decided by two values. One is the collector current IC and another is the collector to emitter voltage VC, which we have to find out at operating point. We have to find out these two values. Are you getting my point? Now for analyzing, for understanding the DC analysis, we have to convert the original circuit of DIBO into DC equivalent circuit. मग DC equivalent circuit म्हणजे काय? That is shown in this diagram. So please you can observe this diagram. This is called as what? DC equivalent circuit of DIBO. This circuit is called as what? DC equivalent circuit of DIBO. आता डीसी इक्विवलेंट सर्किट म्हणजे काय? ओरिजिनल सर्किटशी जर कंपेअर केलं, इफ वी आर कंपेअरिंग दिस डीसी इक्विवलेंट सर्किट विथ ओरिजिनल, व्हॉट इज द डिफरन्स? ओरिजिनल सर्किट यू आर ऑब्झर्विंग ॲट द टॉप हियर. So once again I will take somewhat PDF PPT down. Now you can easily observe. Now this is the DC equivalent circuit of the DIBO, and original DIBO circuit is above. Okay, is above, which is having two inputs and output is taken at the between the collector terminals of the transistor. Now if you are comparing here, VCC is present here. DC equivalent circuit मध्ये VCC present आहे, minus VEE also present, minus VEE is also present, all resistors are present, transistors are present. So what is the changing here? What will be the change in the diagram? Anyone can tell by observing this diagram? काय चेंज आहे? Please tell what will be the change in the diagram here? Input is also there, RS1, RS2, both are the R in. RS1 is equal to RS2 is equal to R in, that is the input resistance. Collector resistors are RC1, RC2, that is equal to RC, and emitter resistor is RE. So what is the difference between original diagram and DC equivalent circuit of DIBO? काय सांगा? I will show the original diagram. See, original diagram is here. Anything is missing here in the DC circuit, DC equivalent circuit? So that is the input voltage. That is the input voltage. See here. In this here, V2 voltage is there. That is the AC signal. V1 is also here, AC signal. It is in the original circuit. Now, I will show the DC equivalent circuit now. In the DC equivalent circuit, voltage is not there. This is the DC equivalent circuit. Here voltage is not there. So voltage is connected to 0. Voltage is connected to ground. बरोबर आहे की नाही? तिथं voltage remove केलंय आणि ग्राउंडला डायरेक्ट कनेक्ट केले. म्हणजे काय केलंय? The AC sources whatever the present, AC supply voltage whatever is the present, that is make it as 0 volt. That V1 and V2 voltage reduced to 0. Okay, that is the given explanation here. The DC equivalent circuit is drawn by reducing the input voltage V1 and V2 to 0 as shown in figure. So 0 म्हणजेच काय? Ground. So V1 and V2 are reduced to 0. That is connected to the ground directly. The base terminal are connected to the ground by using the base resistors RS1 and RS2. No supply voltage is here at the base terminal of Q1 and Q2. Are you getting my point? So this is called as what? DC equivalent circuit. So AC signal is removed and DC and the base terminals are connected to the ground, or we can say the input voltage V1 and V2 are reduced to 0. Now next, both emitter bias sections of different amplifier are symmetrical. आता हे दोन्ही सिमेट्रिकल का म्हणतोय आपण? Both are symmetrical because Q1 and Q2 both are the having same characteristics. Q1 and Q2 are the same transistors. Their specifications are also same. That's why here if you are observing, both sections are identical. म्हणजे इकडनं पण बघू शकता लेफ्ट हँड साइड कडनं. If you are observing from right hand side also, both are looking same one. That's why it is called as symmetrical. Are you getting my point? Now you have to, that's why the values of collector current ICQ and the values of collector to emitter voltage VCQ both having same values because both transistors are same. म्हणून ऑपरेटिंग पॉइंट दोन्ही ट्रान्झिस्टरसाठी वेगळे असणार नाहीत, कारण दोन्ही ट्रान्झिस्टर सेम आहेत. Q1 and Q2 having same characteristics and same specifications. Are you getting my point? So here you have to obtain the expression of IC of Q and you have to obtain the expression of VCE of Q. म्हणजे कलेक्टर करंटचं एक्सप्रेशन तुम्हाला फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे आणि कलेक्टर टू एमिटर व्होल्टेजचा एक्सप्रेशन तुम्हाला फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे. वन्स यू आर डिराइविंग दिस, you can complete the DC analysis of DIBO. So we start the DC analysis. To find out, we can first of all find out the expression of collector current IC. Then we can find out the emitter collector to emitter voltage VCE. Okay. So up to this, anyone having queries? So up to now we have discussed the fundamentals of DC analysis. Now we are moving towards the derivation. आता आपण डेरिवेशन कडे वळतो आहे. ओके, सो इफ यू हॅव एनी क्वेरीज यू कॅन आस्क, अदरवाइज वी कॅन स्टार्ट नाव द डेरिवेशन टू ऑब्टेन द कलेक्टर करंट एक्सप्रेशन. एनीवन हॅव्हिंग क्वेरीज? तेच सांगतोय, डीसी अनालिसिस इज यूज टू फाइंड आउट द ऑपरेटिंग पॉइंट. So operating point plays the very important role in to get the ideal characteristics of amplification. तुम्ही कॉमन एमिटर कॉन्फिगरेशन, कॉमन बेस, कॉमन कलेक्टर हे युजिंग ट्रान्झिस्टर एम्प्लिफिकेशन सर्किट आणि त्याचे कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स शिकलेले आहात इन द फर्स्ट इयर माइट बी. So to get the ideal characteristics, आपण जेव्हा एखादं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिव्हाइस यूज करतो तेव्हा आपण प्रत्येक वेळेस आपण आयडियल इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिव्हाइस सारखं आउटपुट मिळावं याच्यासाठी आपण धडपड करत असतो, बरोबर आहे? Am I correct? So whenever you are using the transistor as an amplifier, you are trying to get the characteristics of ideal amplifier. तुमचे कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक जेव्हा तुम्ही प्रॅक्टिकल करता तुमच्या वेळेस आणि तेव्हा जेव्हा तुम्ही ग्राफ काढता ते ग्राफ तुमचे थिअरॉटिकल ग्राफ सारखे यायला पाहिजे किंवा आयडियल ग्राफ सारखे यायला पाहिजे, म्हणजेच तुमचं प्रॅक्टिकल करेक्ट आहे. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? So to find out the ideal characteristics of the amplifier circuit, output characteristics, so you must know, you have to concentrate on operating point of the amplifier, operating point of the transistor. So operating point, to find out that operating point, you have to do the DC analysis. Now clear? ओके, मग ऑपरेटिंग पॉइंट हे कशावरनं डिसाइड होतं? ऑपरेटिंग पॉइंट यू कॅन डिसाइड बाय knowing the expression, by knowing the formulas of IC and VCE. IC हे कशावरती अवलंबून आहे आणि VCE हे कशावरती अवलंबून आहे, ह्याचा जर तुम्हाला फॉर्म्युला मिळाले तरच तुम्ही ऑपरेटिंग पॉइंट डिसाइड करू शकता, बरोबर आहे की नाही? ओके, so to find out the expression of IC, to find out the expression of VCE, we are going to do the DC analysis of DIBO. So quickly we are going to start to find out the expression of collector current. Now the collector current, how to find out? So see here. So first of all, you have to concentrate on this emitter to base किंवा बेस टू एमिटर सेक्शन ऑफ ट्रान्झिस्टर Q1. कुठेतरी एकाच ठिकाणी अप्लाय करा. Q1 जागी अप्लाय केला याचा अर्थ Q2 ठिकाणी पण सेम असणार आहे, बिकॉज बोथ ट्रान्झिस्टर्स आर सेम. You can either start at Q1 or Q2, but we are taking the commonly resistors. RC1 is equal to RC2, RE is equal to RE1, RE2, RS1 is equal to RS2 is equal to RIN. त्यामुळे त्याचा काय फरक पडणार नाहीये. So you can apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law in the base emitter junction of Q1, base emitter loop of the Q1. मग तुम्हाला हे दिसत असेल, हा एक क्लोज सर्किट आहे. Okay, this is the closed circuit. So in this closed loop we can apply the KVL. So apply the KVL in this loop, apply the KVL in this loop. So when you are applying the KVL, base Q1 चा जो बेस आहे त्यातला करंट कुठला असणार आहे? IB करंट इज फ्लोइंग, दॅट इज द बेस करंट. बेस टू एमिटर व्होल्टेज किती असणार आहे? VBE किती असतो साधारणतः? 0.7 व्होल्ट. बेस टू एमिटर व्होल्टेज किती असतो? तिथं डायोड असतो, डायोडचं व्होल्टेज किती असतो? फॉरवर्ड व्होल्टेज, दॅट इज अ 0.7 व्होल्ट. इफ इट इज सिलिकॉन, इफ इट इज मेड ऑफ, हा, जर जर्मॅनियम पासून जर डायोड बनला असेल तर 0.3 असतो. सो VBE इज नथिंग बट बेस टू एमिटर व्होल्टेज. ना नेक्स्ट वन, इकडनं पण आई करंट फ्लो होत आहे, Q2 कडनं पण आई करंट फ्लो होते, पण दोन्ही आई मिक्स झाल्यावर काय होणार आहे? 2 into I. So that 2 into I current will flowing through the emitter resistor RE. ते तुम्हाला दिसते का बघा? I current is incoming here, here it is incoming, here also I current is incoming. So both can be flowing through RE. मग दोन्ही I जर मिक्स झालं तर I plus I becomes what? 2IE. Am I correct? So that is flowing through resistor RE. And at the last there is the negative supply, that is the minus VEE. So you have to apply the Kirchhoff's voltage law in this loop. So by applying the Kirchhoff's voltage law in this loop, we can get the expression of this expression we can get. Okay, so when you are applying the KVL, you can get this expression. Now, but IB is equal to what? IE divided by beta. So beta is the voltage gain, but as IB is very small, बेस करंट खूप स्मॉल असतो, तो मायक्रो एम्पियर मध्ये असतो, त्यामुळे कलेक्टर करंट इज सेम ॲज एमिटर करंट. सो वेरेवर द collector current is there, sorry, emitter current is there, you can convert into collector current. So finally you can get the expression of this collector current IE is equal to IC. Okay, so how to get this expression we can discuss now. Just wait. How to get this expression I will show that in detail. Is visible? Okay, so I will redraw the circuit now. हे एक्सप्रेशन कसं आलं ते दाखवतो तुम्हाला. I will show it. So DC analysis is very important in the exam point of view. So this is transistor Q1, Q2. Now here I commonly take as RC now. Here you can write RC1 is equal to RC2 equal to RC. RE1 is equal to RE2 is equal to RE, and input resistance RS1 is equal to RS2 is equal to R in. So we have to consider this one, okay, because both transistors are same. Now here you can consider this as a R in. Here also you can consider as a R in. Okay, now here the base current is flowing IB. Here the collector current is flowing IC. Here the emitter current is flowing IE. इकडनं पण emitter current येतो IE. So two currents are incoming. This is incoming. This is incoming. So there must be outgoing current. Addition of IE plus I is 2IE. बरोबर आहे? So you have to apply now KVL here in this loop. This is loop 1. So here you have to apply the KVL. Now base current is flowing in this direction. Base current असा जातोय. So according to that here is plus minus. So here plus minus VBE. This is the base point. This is the emitter point. So base to emitter voltage is VBE. Now this current is flowing. 2I current flow होत आहे त्यामुळे इथं प्लस इथं मायनस and minus V is there. So this is the closed loop. We can apply now KVL here, Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, now apply KVL. Apply KVL in loop 1. So loop 1 means what? Base emitter section. This is the base point and this is the emitter. So between base emitter section you are applying the KVL. Okay, now tell me now KVL how to apply now. You can start from this point and come to the same point. Plus to minus, that is minus R in into IB. कारण ह्याच्यातला IB current flow होते. Next plus to minus, that is the minus VBE. Next come to here, plus to minus, that is minus RE into 2IE. 2IE into RE. Now come to here minus VA. Minus अगोदर दिसतंय त्यामुळे plus VEE. Come to this point, that is equal to 0. That is equal to 0 here. Now what we can do? So here in the left hand side you can keep VEE minus VBE. VEE as it is minus VB as it is equal to, these two you can take in the right hand side, becomes positive. That is 2IE into RE plus RN into IB. Okay, आता मी हे इकडे घेतो, हे इकडे घेतो. So 2IE into RE plus RN into IB is equal to VEE minus VBE. Up to this step everyone understood? इथपर्यंत कळालं का सगळ्यांना? Okay, now but we know that What is the value of IB? बेस करंटचा फॉर्म्युला काय? So here we know that IB is equal to IC upon beta DC, where beta DC is gain of the amplifier. Now this IB value you can put here. So IB you can replace by this value. So 2IE into RE plus RE into IC divided by beta DC is equal to VWE minus VBE. So here now we have replaced this IB value, okay, by this IC divided by beta DC, where beta DC is the gain of the amplifier and IC is the collector current that is shown here. Okay, now next one, the expression becomes 2I into RE plus RE into IC divided by beta DC is equal to VEE minus VBE. Now next thing what you have to do, what is the expression of collector current or emitter current? So emitter current I is equal to IC plus IB. The emitter current is given by I is equal to IC plus IB. Okay, कारण का बघा, why it is like this? Because IC current is flowing from top to bottom, IB is flowing from left to right here. Both are the incoming current and this is the outgoing current. So I is equal to IC plus IB. बरोबर है? So I is equal to IC plus IB, but IB is very less than IC. कलेक्टर करंट हे मिली एम्पियर मध्ये असलं तर आयबी हे मायक्रो एम्पियर मध्ये असतं. सो 1000 पटीने हा लहान असतो. द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ दिस आयबी इज व्हेरी स्मॉल कम्पेअर्ड टू कलेक्टर करंट. दॅट्स वाय IE is nearly equal to IC, because if you are comparing these two, IB is very small with compared to IC. That's why IE is nearly equal to IC. So wherever there is a IC term is there, you can replace by IE. So that expression becomes now 2IE into RE plus RIN divided by beta. IC is replaced by IE is equal to V. Next one, VEE minus VBE. Now here from this you can take the IE common. You can take IE common. So after taking IE common, what is remaining? RIN divided by beta plus 2RE. 2 into RE is remaining. Bracket complete is equal to VEE minus VBE. Now IE is equal to, IE म्हणजेच काय? IE means what? IC. That is IE is equal to VEE minus VBE divided by this bracket, that is RIN divided by beta plus 2RE. Okay. Now here IC is equal to VEE minus VB divided by RIN divided by beta plus 2RE. But if you are comparing these two, the 2RE is very greater than RIN divided by beta. Therefore, the final expression of IE is equal to IC is equal to VEE minus VBE divided by 2RE. So this is your final expression of collector current. To determine operating point, we have to find out the expression of IC that we got. So this is the first expression. So this we got now. So second derivation we have to see to obtain the collector to emitter voltage. Okay. आता आपल्याला expression कशाचं find out करायचं? VCE of Q. So collector to emitter voltage we have to find now. Okay. So for that, what we have to do now? What we have to do? How to find out? So that I will show here. See here, the collector to emitter voltage means plus minus VCE. So how to find out plus minus VCE? That I will show here. So VC is nothing but voltage between 2 points. Voltageचा फॉर्म्युला काय असतो? Potential difference between 2 points. So VC is means what? Collector voltage minus emitter voltage. बरोबर आहे. Now apply KVL at collector loop. मग collector loop कुठे आहे बघा? Collector loop is here. So here it is plus VCC. Then resistor RC is there. Resistor RC मधून कुठला करंट फ्लो होणार आहे? IC current is flowing. That's why here it is plus, here it is minus, and VC is here. So apply KVL in this loop, you can get VC. So that we can get here. So VCC minus IC to RC minus VC is equal to 0. Therefore VC is equal to VCC minus IC into RC. This is expression number 2. This is expression number 1. आता next VE कसं find out करायचं? That is emitter voltage. That is nothing but minus VBE. So VC you can find out by taking the difference between VC and VE. So VC how to find out? By applying the KVL at the collector terminal. इथं KVL अप्लाय केला की तुम्हाला हा एक्सप्रेशन मिळेल. VCC minus IC into RC minus VC is equal to 0. So VC is equal to VCC minus IC into RC. This is expression number 2. So this is the first expression. So VC is nothing but potential difference between 2 points, collector voltage and emitter voltage. This is equation number 1. Now here VC you can get by equation number 2. Now VE how to get? Emitter voltage VE is nothing but minus of VB. VE is nothing but minus of VB. So that is VE is equal to minus VB. That is equation number 3. So equation 2 and 3 you can put in equation number 1. Okay. So you will get VC is equal to VCC minus IC into RC minus of minus VB. So final expression for collector to emitter voltage is VC is equal to VCC plus VBE minus IC into RC. So this is the final expression of collector to emitter voltage. So everyone understood these two derivations? Everyone has understood how to find out the expression of IC, collector current, and how to find out the expression of collector to emitter voltage. So this is the small one compared to the previous. Okay. Now these two are the required for understanding the DC analysis. So again we are moving towards the PPT now. Okay. Now the screen is visible. Screen is visible. Okay. So we have seen now two derivations in the DC analysis. One is obtaining, in one derivation we have obtained the collector current expression, and in second derivation we have obtained the collector to emitter voltage expression. Okay. So these two required to find out the operating point of the amplifier, operating point of the transistor. So we have completed DC analysis of DIBO differential amplifier. So we can summarize this DC analysis now. So DC analysis has been done to obtain the operating point of two transistors. Okay. So as transistors are same, there will be DC analysis is also same, or operating points are also same. So what are the expressions we require? So these two expressions we require to find out the operating point of two transistors Q1 and Q2, and for that we need to use this diagram. Okay, this is called as what? DC equivalent diagram of DIBO differential amplifier. Now these two expression once again I will read. I is equal to IC equal to VEE minus VBE divided by 2RE. This is the first expression. Second expression is VCE is equal to VCC plus VBE minus IC into RC. So especially here in the collector current, especially in this diagram, in this figure, if you are observing all these, so all resistors having nearly equal values. नाव ह्या एक्सप्रेशन मध्ये जर तुम्ही बघितलात तर कलेक्टर करंट आय सी इज इन्व्हर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू आर ई. म्हणजे एमिटर रजिस्टरचं व्हॅल्यू तुम्ही चेंज केलात की कलेक्टर करंट चेंज होतो. ओके. व्हीबीई कॉन्स्टंट असतो 0.7. व्ही डबल ई कॉन्स्टंट असतो. एकदा तुम्ही जे व्ही डबल ई घेतात ते कॉन्स्टंट असतो. मग कशावरती डिपेंड असतो कलेक्टर करंट? एमिटर रजिस्टरवरती. जर तुम्ही एमिटर रजिस्टर्स व्हॅरी केलात की तुमचा कलेक्टर करंट व्हॅरी होतो. सिमिलरली कलेक्टर टू एमिटर व्होल्टेज कशावरती डिपेंड आहे? VCC is constant, VB is constant. It depends on the collector resistor RC. If you are changing the collector resistor RC, the collector to emitter voltage is also going to change. So this is about, we have completed the DC analysis of DIBO differential amplifier. So anyone having queries related to DC analysis? Any? Okay. So within 5 minutes we can start now AC analysis of DIBO. We will see the basics of this AC analysis, then we can stop. Okay. So what will be the basic of AC analysis? Why it is required? What we have to do? Which two expressions we have to find out? So that we can discuss. Then we can stop for today. Okay. So AC analysis, again the important concept. AC analysis is we are going to do for the DIBO differential amplifier. So AC analysis, why it is required? So to find out the voltage gain. कारण कुठलाही ऍम्प्लिफायर आपण जेव्हा शिकतो त्याचा महत्वाचा फॅक्टर काय असतो? गेन. व्हॉट शुड बी द गेन, व्हॉट शुड बी द आउटपुट, व्हॉट शुड बी द इनपुट रेजिस्टन्स, व्हॉट शुड बी द आउटपुट रेजिस्टन्स. So everything will be getting matters. Are you understand? So whenever we are studying the characteristics or specification of amplifier, we are awareing, we must know what should be the gain value. So for that we have to find out the expression of voltage gain. Next one, we have to also find out the expression of input resistance. कारण गुड amplifier कुठला असतो? ज्याचा इनपुट रेजिस्टन्स खूप हाय असतो. Are you getting my point? So input resistance plays very important role. So to find out the expression of voltage gain and to find out the expression of input resistance Ri, we have to do the AC analysis. Voltage gain AD म्हणतो आपण त्याला. And to find out the input resistance Ri, we are going to do the AC analysis of DIBO differential amplifier. Are you getting my point? Why we are doing the AC analysis? सगळ्यांना कळालं का AC analysis का करायचं? To find out the input resistance Ri and to find out the voltage gain of the amplifier, we have to do the AC analysis. Second one, the original circuit you have to convert into AC equivalent circuit. जसं मगाशी DC equivalent circuit मध्ये कन्वर्ट केलं तसंच आता इथं काय करायचं? The original circuit you have to convert into AC equivalent circuit. मग AC equivalent circuit म्हणजे काय? AC sources you have to keep as it is in the circuit. That's why we have kept here V1 input voltage as it is because it is AC. V2 voltage also we have to keep as it is. AC sources you have to keep as it is. Wherever the DC sources is there, मग DC sources कुठले होते? One is the plus VCC, another is the minus VEE. बरोबर आहे? ते दोन्ही झिरो करायचे. Both DC supply you can make it zero. That's why plus VCC make connected to the ground. VCC म्हणजे झिरो केले ते, VEE पण झिरो केले. So if you are observing this diagram, AC equivalent circuit, in that only AC supplies are present, DC supplies are made equal to zero. They are connected directly to the ground. Are you getting my point? Now transistor तुम्हाला दिसत नाही आहे. Yes, in the AC analysis the transistor is replaced by its internal resistance. Transistor is replaced by its internal resistance. मग internal resistance किती आहे त्याचा? Re dash. Its internal resistance is Re dash, that is shown here. That is shown here. Okay. So internal resistance is Re dash. So this is what we can call it as AC equivalent circuit of the DIBO. So here what we did, the AC sources kept as it is, DC sources made equal to 0. Transistors are replaced by their internal resistance Re dash. And AC analysis we are doing to find out the expression of voltage gain AD and to find out the expression of internal resistance or input resistance Ri. So to find out these two expressions, we are doing the AC analysis of DIBO differential amplifier. So again, a big derivation is there to find out these two expressions. So in the next lecture, we are going to focus on how to find out the expression of voltage gain AD and input resistance Ri, so that we can complete the AC analysis. Okay. So if anyone having any queries regarding today's discussion, you can ask, otherwise we can stop today. In the next lecture, we are focusing on, we are learning, we are deriving the expression of voltage gain AD and input resistance Ri of differential amplifier. So if any queries are there, you can ask, otherwise we can stop. Any queries? Okay, chalo, we can stop now. Thank you.